This is TWiT.
So my biggest faux pas at the event was when I saw the Surface Pro 8, and the guy's like, do you want to come see the Surface Pro 8? I'm like, from here, it looks pretty incremental. Like, you didn't do a whole lot. And he just looked at me and he was like, what? He's like, this is our biggest
How
upgrade
could you
since
say
Surface
that?
Pro 3. And he's like, sit
really
down.
is.
You're gonna get a demo right now. I'm like, okay.
It's hard to remember how long ago that was. 2014,
I know, right? Yeah.
I mean, they've literally stuck with the same form factor. I mean, way too long. But yeah, this is a big update. And for people who do want or need this kind of device, this is the big news, I would say, of the day is Surface Pro 8.
You would? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Bigger than Laptop Studio?
Yeah, definitely. They're going to sell way more of these things. This is their best seller by far. Yeah. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Should I take this?
No,
if I order it now, I'll get it just in time to take it to Mexico.
Jeez.
Should I? What? What are you laughing at me for?
First of all, which device are you talking about?
The Duo.
No, dude.
Don't order the Duo. He's saying,
all right, so what's going to happen between now and October 5th is people are going to get review units, whoever they are, and people are going to have reviews out probably a week before the Duo goes on sale, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to know that by then, like, is it really good?
We could cancel it before it comes. That's a good point. That's a good point. I could just order it now and cancel it even before I get it. So there's no risk.
There's no risk. They don't charge your credit card until they ship.
Okay.
What's happening?
All right. Just ordered it.
See? There you go.
And I ordered the pencil because I feel like I should be able to say whether it does the... Oh, no, I didn't order the pencil. Why is it so expensive?
It's so expensive.
Jeez Louise. Did I buy 2 of them? I was able to get the Obsidian with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gig SSD.
Nice.
So...
in black? Yeah, you got
I got the black one.
Yeah.
And just so that we're twinsies, I got the tangerine bumper.
Aww,
wow.
Cute. Cute.
I think white and tangerine would be better than the black and tangerine, but...
Yeah.
What the heck? The bumper came with it last time.
Did it come with it?
Yes.
Oh, that might have been like
$40.
a special promo or something.
$40 for the bumper.
Yeah, it came with it last time.
They got you now.
Surface pen case, the Duo pen case that makes the pen stick to it, that's another separate thing, separate charge as well.
Does anyone do anything normal with a phone anymore?
Wait a minute. It doesn't stick to it unless you buy something special for it to stick to?
Correct. It accidentally can stick to it, but if you want it to actually stick the way it was intended, you need the Surface.
It sticks. Look. No, that's an accident. Case. It shouldn't
You remember
be.
that happened with Surface Duo 1. People were saying, hey, the pen can stick to it. And they're like, we didn't design it to do that.
In fact, it might be damaging the interior. Maybe don't do that.
Right. So when you have this pen case on it, you can put the pen all the way to the right on the device, and it will stay put in your purse, anywhere. It won't come off.
It's really good.
On there very securely.
Well, maybe I'll get that afterwards if I keep the Duo.
Yeah.
I'll get that afterwards. You remember last year, too. I'm a believer. I like this. I think it's better than a folding screen.
Yeah.
I think it's more durable. It makes more sense. You can have better quality screens. You can use real glass, all of that.
Yeah.
And the hinge doesn't bother me particularly, but I want the software to take advantage of it. It needs...
Me too.
It needs to know there's a hinge and that it's, like last year, the map would be... You'd miss whatever's over the hinge. You'd have to move the map to get it out from under the hinge. That it should split it to the two screens. That's crazy.
Oh, something else about the Duo too that was interesting. They tighten the hinge a lot. I don't know if I just felt like it was very floppy a lot of times. Like I wanted it to be tighter. No, it should be tight. Yeah. It's very much tightened up. But like I said to the guy who demoed it to me, I'm like, I didn't really think the hardware needed a ton of improvement other than the camera. I think your software needed a million things to fix it.
And what did he say?
So, he's like, we heard that feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, yep. I'm sure you did.
I like the idea.
I like the idea. I like the concept. I still am not convinced I'll be more productive with 2 screens side by side, but I am willing to suspend disbelief and try it again.
You're not planning on writing columns on it or anything.
No.
It's mostly for you to, run Untapped on, right? That's mostly what it is.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Untapped. exactly. A perfect beer shot from my phone.
Yeah, it's for the beer shot.
I mean, it works really well as a phone if you want to use it as a phone.
I haven't made a phone call in so long.
Yeah. Every once in a while I need to, and when I do, I'm like happy I have a phone with me, but yeah.
I saw a TV show the other night. It was Billions came back. It's the COVID version of Billions on Showtime. And by the way, it's interesting. The cast is evenly split between Surface devices and Macintoshes.
Are the bad people using Macs?
No, I thought maybe it was, but no, it's just random. But there's actually one of the characters has a Surface Studio on her desk. There's a lot of, I think it's zooming on Surface Pros, a lot of it. And my point is, nobody made a regular phone call where you hold the phone to your head. Hardly anybody did that anymore. They're all talking like this on the phone.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, or is that just a TV thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. And by the way, it's legal for you to walk up and dump someone's phone when you see them doing that out of
So. I just see it all
definitely
around.
a thing.
I just had a duo with my daughter, and I liked it. I liked being it. So I'm thinking this would be perfect for something like that, because you could even use the hinge and put it on something. I don't know. Paul,
so can we talk about stuff they announced today?
I'm coming up with a net.
Surface Pro 8. No.
Okay.
I want to hear you.
8.
I want to hear more of
8.
Paul's opinion
8.
on 8 because I'm not a big Surface Pro fan. I don't love that form factor. I know so many people who love it. I know Thunderbolt's new, right? The cameras, the built-in cameras are better and new. The screen is, what do they say about the screen? Faster refresh on the screen.
Yeah, 120,
which is rapid.
Yeah,
that kills battery life. But Paul and I were talking this morning about whether they'd be able to, whether it would be sensing what you're doing, because you don't need it all the time. If you're typing text, you don't need 120 hertz in Notepad.
Well, yeah, I mean, ideally, what you have is an adaptive refresh rate, and I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't think it does that. I think it works the way external monitors work today, where you have to
choose.
Go in and tell
you
it.
You got a choice of 60 or 20. Yeah.
Oh, no, who knows? Maybe you're on battery life,
as you can see right
goes
there,
down to 60.
Has a high-speed Thunderbolt 4 port.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
There's 2 of them.
It's thinner, but not as thin as Surface Pro X.
Yeah, that's okay.
I have to say, Windows 11 does look good on this. It is kind of made for Windows 11.
Yeah.
It just,
to me, it's just, the screen has gone from 12.3 or 5 or whatever it was at to 13, which is a big deal. I always felt that was too small. I like the new keyboard cover with that little well for the pen, because that will charge it, and you can hide it if you want, angle the keyboard. Better battery life, modern internals, Wi-Fi 6, optional LT on both Pro and Go, which is what everyone's been asking for. Not on Laptop Studio, which is confusing. That should just be something on every device.
Maybe they think it's just too heavy to carry around, and it's a desktop replacement.
I don't know. I think 4 pounds you could carry.
Not that heavy.
Around.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the big one. It's not something I need or want, but it is.
It's their flagship
Surface.
It's their flagship.
This is the one. This is when people think Surface. This is what they think.
Yeah.
And when Pro X came out last year, or whatever that was, everybody looked at that and said, "Can we get an install one of these things?" I mean, So to me, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
I think that the display is right on this very important.
And very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
That looks great.
So Surface Pro 8 starts at 1,100. Then the keyboard is probably like 150, 160. Slim pen, 130.
Yep. Yeah, it goes up. But, these things are always on sale. I think you'll see the price go down on this, too. It's good.
It looked nice. The guy was very insulted that I wasn't more impressed. But I thought there were other devices there that I wanted to spend more time with. That's all.
Let's buy one of these two. Why don't we just buy one of these two? Platinum or graphite? Paul noted that these are no longer magnesium; that they're
that's
aluminum.
Right. They're made of aluminum now, which is confusing. Did they explain that at all?
I would guess weight, right?
No, magnesium's lighter.
Magnesium's lighter.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I mean,
no, they did not explain that. They did not.
Okay. Surface laptop, remember, is aluminum. and maybe it's just easier to source. I have no idea, but I sort of, they talked about recycling. They gave no details at all about recycling or using recycled materials at all, other than one mouse.
The mouse, right?
I sort of speculated that. Well, maybe aluminum is more readily available as a recycled material. I just don't know. I don't know. They never said anything about it.
Yeah.
Well,
we had a total of 45 minutes to talk to all stations, so you couldn't ask everything you wanted. But yeah.
So, a flagship looks good. Reasonable improvements, kind of the improvements you'd expect, right?
Right.
No surprises. Thank goodness they have Thunderbolt on them now.
Right. And and that's the missing piece for Surface Laptop, which is the only major device that wasn't updated today.
They're not going to have Thunderbolt yet. Yeah.
No, but the next one will. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Laptop 5.
They got to get those in sync.
Yeah. Well, they basically did the whole lineup except for Studio and Laptop today, so they're kind of there. I mean, it's okay for them to have 2 or 3 release cycles a year. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine.
Still has a Surface Connect port, but 2 USB-Cs that go up to Thunderbolt 4 headphones and type cover port. Compatible with Surface Dial. I still have my Surface Dial. That's nice. Yeah. The Hello camera. They're really pushing Hello camera as being the future, right?
Well, not just for sign-in, but with Mary Jo alluded to or mentioned this. The webcams are all improved across the board.
Yes.
I think this one has
1080p.
a rear-facing webcam as well.
4K video on the rear-facing, 10 megapixel. Yeah. The studio mics.
Yeah.
Did you hear the speakers at all, Mary Jo? Do they sound good?
I did not hear the speakers. Sorry.
We're going to have to send somebody else in your place next time. That's it.
It was like me running from station to station.
45 minutes is not long.
Everything.
Yeah.
I know. I was like,
They didn't spend much time on the Pro X or the Go 3, I thought.
No, but so to be clear, Pro X was not updated, right? I mean, there's a new SKU that doesn't have cellular connectivity. So it's exactly the same computer as last year, but they have a cheaper version, and they just left out a chip, which is how they got the cheaper price, which I think is $8.99.
It has a big yellow banner on it that says updated, but I guess it
is updated. They ripped something out of it.
That's the update right there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I was really curious. I'm like, why Wi-Fi only, other than you want to have a lower priced version, right?
Well, so we were just saying like, every computer should have this, right? Okay, that's cute. But the reality is most people never use this, including me, by the way. So it's one of those things I like the idea of, but when I say that, I'm not thinking of myself. I'm thinking of just mobile professionals who, hopefully one day will be traveling again for work, and you could understand why they would need this. I feel like it should just be an option.
Someday we'll be able to leave the house.
Yeah, right. That's what they said to me. They said it's for people who don't leave the house and use a device in the house, or people who.
Everybody.
I know. Right? Or people who are at work and they use this device at work and they don't carry it around outside, like to coffee shops and here and there. Yeah. Like there are people who only want Wi-Fi and that's all they care about, right?
That's most people.
Were you? I guess there's nothing more with Windows on ARM to say, and it's not going
well. The problem was two things.
Say.
Two. I would say there's two, but go on. What's the one you have?
So the one thing I would say is they confirmed that x64 emulation will be in there, which I guess they had said this before, but it just went right over my head. But when Windows 11 comes out on ARM, you will finally have the x64 emulation shipping in the product.
Right.
So that's good.
So that is good, and that is. In the list of complaints one might have about Windows and ARM, that's the number one complaint, right? So they're answering a big part of the compatibility problem. But one of the other big problems that won't be solved by this is that the current hardware is terrible. So emulating something slowly is better than not being able to do it, but these things just don't run very fast. And we know that, I don't remember the name of the firm, but remember that Qualcomm bought a company they're working on laptop chipsets, and those things won't be out till next year. So the reason Pro X didn't get a so-called new processor is that the best they could have done is a single-digit percentage level of improvement. So why bother? Because next year, hopefully, we're going to see some dramatic performance improvements there. And then maybe, Windows on ARM becomes a thing we can really be serious about. This kind of update makes sense. One of the other problems that these devices have is they're expensive. And it's kind of a tough thing to go to someone and say, hey, here's a device. It costs $1,700. Oh, it doesn't run all the apps. And the apps it does run are really slow. It's a kind of a tough value proposition there. So at least they were able to lower the price. And we're in kind of a holding pattern now, waiting for superior hardware. So that's
what I feel like. We're in a holding pattern with Windows on ARM.
Yep.
So that's why we don't update it.
Runs great on a Mac. It's too bad they don't support that. Anyway, so there we are. Yeah. And then you said Surface Go 3, same exact device as last time, other than there's a Core i3.
Processors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess the Intel Pentium Gold processor is a newer gen or a slightly better, something faster, something. Mm-hmm. But the bigger deal is you get a Core i5, a 10th gen Core i5, which is kind of, Core i3. And that's something you might want to spec out because the base price of Surface Go without a keyboard cover is $399. The keyboard cover for that's got to be $125 or whatever. And then when you go to the M3 or the Core i3, that's going to add couple $100. It's going to be 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigs of storage. It's probably going to be the $800 range by the time everything's said and done. But that little computer, which would be too small for my humongous hands, but that's a real computer. It's capable of running Windows 11. Will come with Windows 11, right? Most Surface Go's out in the world can't even upgrade to Windows 11.
Oh wow!
They don't qualify. Yeah, they don't make the hardware specs.
Yeah.
So this is the kid computer, the school computer. Is that what this is?
Yeah. They say for schools. They say for frontline workers, people who have simple needs, or just want to have something very portable to carry around, in addition to other devices they may have at work or home. Yeah. So it ships for consumers. It ships with Windows 11 Home in S mode.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'm like, so what? I was like, wait, what does S mode even mean anymore now that every kind of app can be in the store, right? It was weird. I'm like, I guess it still means something like locked down a little bit, or I don't know. You can upgrade for free to a different SKU, but I'm like, I don't know why.
You can't install Chrome is what it means. That's all it means.
That's pretty much all it means.
You'll be using Edge. That's all it means.
So $739 for a we'll call it $730 for
is that the Wi-Fi only or
Surface Go?
LTE?
Yeah, it is. Well, is it actually? Yes, it is.
So Wi-Fi should be the cheaper, obviously, right?
Yeah, but it's Core i3, 8 gigs of RAM, 128. I'm trying like in other words, the lowest price you can get in with that good chip and the keyboard cover is $730. Mm-hmm. It's kind of tough. I mean, it's like iPad pricing. Like it's iPad Air pricing, I should say.
Yeah, seems like a good deal to me. Actually, I guess I'm in the Apple world. That's the problem.
You know, it depends.
Well, no, but like an iPad Air. Yeah, would be about that 600.
Right.
I've got people on Twitter saying to me, "This is something I need. I use it in addition to my PCs at work. I find the keyboard is fine for the limited amount of typing I do on it, and I use it to like check things that are going on at work, and I can carry it in my hand because it's small."
It's kind of their iPad competitor, really, right?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
I know.
It's still very much a Windows PC, and an iPad is still very much. And I know you can get a keyboard cover and all this stuff, but I mean, I think the iPad skews toward consumption, and the Go skews toward productivity, such as it is for a child. But or someone who would use a secondary computer. But yeah, web browsing, reading. I mean, of course, you can play like light games or web or cloud stream games or whatever. Music services, YouTube, whatever. I mean, yeah, sure, but. I don't know. I feel like that kind of market, anyone who wants a device of this size, I mean, I feel like apps matter. And I don't know that the apps that matter in this size or this type of device are Windows desktop apps,